Imagine the first day you ride through a crowded city. The streets are noisy, motorbikes move fast, and buses are full. For students from the countryside, this can be shocking. Today, we will talk about how they learn to adapt and travel safely in this busy life. Moving from the countryside to the city is never simple. For many students, this change feels like a big test. In the village, the roads are quiet and calm. In the city, the traffic is crowded and fast. The first days bring a lot of shock because the streets are full of people, cars, and noise. It feels very different from the slow rhythm of rural life. The city traffic is overwhelming for newcomers. They see buses, motorbikes, and taxis everywhere. Horns sound without stopping, and engines roar loudly. The air is full of smoke and dust, which makes breathing harder. Students often feel tired and confused in the first weeks. But this confusion also brings curiosity and a wish to learn. Life in the village is more personal. People know each other and move slowly. In the city, the pace is fast and stressful. Everyone seems to be in a hurry. There is no time to stop and talk in the middle of the road. This difference forces students to change their habits and learn how to adapt to the new life. To live in the city means to accept traffic as part of daily life. It is not only about moving from home to school, it is also about sharing space with many strangers. Each student must build new habits and find ways to stay safe. This process of learning is the first step toward full integration into the city. City roads are complex and confusing. New students must learn step by step. Digital maps like Google Maps are essential. With one touch, they can see the best route and how long it will take. This helps them avoid wrong turns and heavy traffic. Using maps quickly becomes part of student life. Applications for calling rides are also very helpful. Students can order a motorbike or car, see the price, and follow the journey. This feels safe for newcomers because they do not need to ask strangers. Using such apps is part of adapting to transport in the city. In the countryside, orientation is easier. People use memory, small shortcuts, and the advice of neighbors. They depend on local knowledge. But in the city, memory is not enough. Students must use technology to replace the help they would get from villagers. This shows the gap between rural and urban life. Learning the roads takes time. At first, students follow the app for every step. Later, they remember landmarks like bridges or big shops. This learning is gradual and requires patience. Over time, students gain confidence and the city becomes more familiar. What was strange slowly turns into a second home. The city brings many jams, especially in rush hours. Cars and motorbikes move very slowly. When it rains, the streets may also flood. A trip that usually takes 20 minutes can take 40 minutes or more. This long delay makes students frustrated and sometimes late for class. The noise is another big problem. Horns sound again and again. Dust rises from the road and smoke fills the air. Standing under the sun during traffic feels terrible. In these conditions, many people become angry or impatient. For students, keeping calm is not easy. Students face this pressure every day. They feel tired before even starting class. The combination of noise, heat, and waiting is exhausting. Stress grows bigger when exams are near. Transportation is not only a body problem, but also a mental challenge. But difficulties can also build resilience. Students learn to protect themselves with raincoats, masks, or water bottles. They accept these daily tasks as training. In the end, these experiences give useful skills for the future. Facing traffic teaches young people how to be stronger and more careful. Traffic in the city requires discipline and patience. Students from the countryside often feel surprised at first. They see motorbikes squeeze between cars and drivers rush past without waiting. If they get angry, the road becomes dangerous. Staying calm is necessary. The horn should be used only as a warning, not to show emotion. Respect is the key to traffic culture. Giving way to a pedestrian is not only law, but also good manners. Slowing down for an ambulance can save lives. Such actions create order on the road. Small signs of respect protect everyone and reduce accidents. In the countryside, interaction is easy and friendly. Drivers wave hands or stop for a talk. They depend on trust and familiarity. In the city, this is impossible. The flow of vehicles is too fast. Rules are strict and must be followed carefully. Students must change their style to fit this new system. Good manners make the city better. A polite wave or smile can reduce conflicts. This kind of behavior shows maturity and helps create a more civilized city. By learning patience and respect on the road, students also learn lessons that will guide them in life. There is a clear contrast between countryside and city. In villages, rules are flexible and depend on trust. In cities, the system is strict, with signals, signs, and cameras. Students must accept that these are part of daily survival. They cannot move as they did before. City traffic requires focus. Drivers must keep in the right lane, stop at red lights, and avoid blocking an intersection. A mistake can bring a fine or worse, an accident. In the countryside, mistakes are often ignored. But in the city, one mistake may affect hundreds. This shows why discipline is so important. The law is clear. Obeying rules is not only for survival, but also for building a modern culture. Respect and patience are values that protect everyone. By learning responsibility in traffic, students can also grow stronger in study and work. Adapting to city traffic is a long journey. It is more than learning streets. It is about building character, changing mindset, and finding progress. With each day of practice, students become part of a safer culture. The city remains busy and noisy, but it also becomes a classroom for life lessons.
Sometimes you may encounter a word in our practice that is not fully explained or clearly translated. Do not be concerned. This is a natural stage of learning. Making mistakes and experiencing confusion is not a setback. It is actually a necessary step forward. Always remember, practice is a gradual journey, never something achieved overnight. If you feel frustrated, take a deep breath and keep going. You can even repeat certain sentences while showering or brushing your teeth. Language learning is not about perfection. It is about forming a habit that gradually shapes your future. Thank you for joining me today. Keep up your practice, and I will see you again in the next episode.